Hey y'all, it's Taryn. It is Monday, April 22nd. Welcome. It's only been a week since my last video. I bet y'all didn't see that coming, did you? So there you go. Dax and I, we got home in the wee hours of the morning this morning we went to Houston to celebrate Easter. And so we decided to play hooky today and did not go into work. That is one of the advantages of owning your own business, that you can do that. Now, all that means is that we've put off the work that has to be done another day, but after getting through tax season, I'll take a few days off. We did not go in on Good Friday. We did not work over the weekend, so we've had 4 days off in a row. I don't even know how to act, y'all. It might not be a good thing because now I don't want to go back. But I have a deadline at the end of the month, so it doesn't matter. I have to go in and work my butt off anyway. So let's see. Welcome. I have a lot of new subscribers. Thank you to the people who have mentioned me and sent people over here. I appreciate it. I know that this week Michelle Bendy Stitchy mentioned me, and welcome to people who've come from her channel, and thank you for coming. Thank you for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. Let's see, in our world, I told you last time that I started taking the medicine right away, and so I only had a small area breakout for the shingles, and because I started taking the medicine so soon, it's already almost gone. So that has been fantastic. The only thing that would have been better was to not be getting them at all. So that's been good. All of my kids have been sick. Yesterday on the way to Houston with the car full of people hacking up along, all Dax could say was that he was driving around in a giant germ mobile, that he was just driving a giant germ all the way to Houston and back, because that's pretty much what it sounded like. But hopefully we're all on the mend, that Dax and I, knock on wood, did not get sick, so that's been a plus. Probably because we spend so little time at home during tax season that we're not around them, so I don't know. That may be the good side of it, right? What else? Addison was in a wreck on Monday, April 15th. Hooray, right? Because it's not stressful enough. But she was not hurt. Her car got some scuffs on the bumper. Some guy, because I'm going to be nice, had been tailgating her all along, and I've said a million times before, we live out in the country, and it's 2-lane roads, there are no shoulders, it's windy and hilly, and just, it's not safe roads to be passing on. Most of the roads around here are almost all the way no passing zones. But he pulled out to pass her anyway in a no passing zone, and lo and behold, a car in the oncoming lane came around the curve, and so he swerved back over in front of Addison. Only he wasn't far enough up to be quite in front of Addison, and his back bumper hit her front bumper, and if you watch Live PD, and I know some of you do, he basically pitted himself and turned himself sideways, lost control, went into the ditch, and rolled his car. Because that's what happens when you're stupid. When you do stupid things, win stupid prizes. We have not actually looked at the police report yet. I'm assuming that they are not going to find her at fault in this accident. they questioned her, asked her what happened when the cop understood what went down. They took her driver's license information, her insurance information, and let her go. The other guy was still there. They were still questioning him, and she said she doesn't actually think he had a driver's license. I don't know that he had insurance or anything like that, but fortunately, the impact, the way that they make cars nowadays, to do as little damage as possible, they put in, like, they're kind of like rivets, but they're plastic, and they'll break instead of having your whole fender crumple. The stress will make those pop. I think we had to replace 4 of them, and they were 69 cents a piece. So it's, and some scuffs on the bumper. The car has over 200,000 miles on it. I'm not worried about scuffs on the bumper. But thankfully she was safe, and it's my understanding that the other guy didn't get hurt either, which is good. I don't wish that on anyone. But excitement that I can live without. Crafting, that's really the excitement I need in my life. I don't need any of the other stuff, so people can just stop it. Also on Monday, April 15th, my mom, for those of you that are new and wondering what this is back here, this is my parents. A couple of years ago, they told us they were not going to be at our house for Christmas. They were going to be at my niece's house in Colorado. And my kids have never spent a Christmas without them. For those of you who are new, my kids are 20. They're not kids. But they've never spent a Christmas without my parents. And so they said, well, if they weren't going to be here, they wanted cardboard cutouts. So my dad went about making some cardboard cutouts. He blew up pictures of their faces and painted the rest of the cutouts. So that's what that is back there behind my shelf. So my parents say, hey, my mom had her gallbladder removed on Monday, and she is doing just fine. Saw her yesterday. Healing up fine. She was actually complaining that her knee had really been bothering her, and she wished that she had had her knee looked at and whatever needed to be done with first. But the doctor was more concerned about removing her gallbladder. And yesterday she said it's the weirdest thing because since she had her gallbladder removed, her knee hasn't bothered her. So we're not really sure how those are connected, but there you go. Actually, the truth of the matter is she's had to be off her feet and just recuperating, which has given her knee, whatever was wrong with it, a little bit of time to heal too. So, okay, look, I rambled on and haven't gotten to the stitching, so I guess we should do that, right? I did do some. I worked on my wee spring. As long as this is taking, it should be like Colossal Spring or something. It's ridiculous. I got this. I worked on the tree. That's what I did. Pretty impressive stuff. That's all I'm saying. And as I told you last week, my joy in life is Dimensions Kids. Not at all. I worked on Wyatt's stocking. My how many year project? Have we decided on that? Let's see, I wanted it done by Christmas of 1999. So there you go. I know, right? It may not look all that different from last week. And that is because I had to frog this horn. See, now it looks like a horn. Last week it didn't. And I realized that something was horribly wrong when I was trying to do the back stitching. And then I came down here and I was off by like one column somewhere in here. So I had to rip that out. I only got a little bit more done than what you saw last week. because of all of the stuff I was ripping out. I'm going to have to start taking pictures of this one after I work on it so that I can look at what it was before, because there's so little that's accomplished that I'm not seeing it as I'm actually working on it. So I really need to be able to look at what I did before and to keep myself motivated, because it's driving me crazy. And because of the frogging that I had to do. Abigail had a stuffed animal. She has a stuffed animal that's a frog, and one of the arms fell off. And she didn't want me to sew it back on because she's like, I like him like he is. Okay, fine. So I took that arm and I've put it out here. This week I've had to take it back out because the frog needs to know what I'm capable of. I'm tired of pulling these stitches out. I've had it. Let this be a warning. If you come back, frog, I'm serious. It's ridiculous. I worked on, this is Abigail's stocking. I don't think I expected to have it done by 1999. This one is a kit from 1999. I probably thought, in my brilliance, I would have it done by 2000. So I'm right on track with it also. And since last time I filled in the white that was missing up here, and then I came down right there. If you look, you can see, look, here's the hoop mark. So basically, I was working in my hoop. That's really what that boiled down to. Because, I mean, this is where I am, so there really isn't all that much. I think where I've gotten to on this side, that I can probably come over right here. I'm about right there, so I can come over and start getting to the snowman. I don't know. We'll see. In everything that I worked on, the Wyatt stocking is my at least 1 hour a week I will put into that. But everything else, I spin the little roulette wheel and let it decide for me from all my whips what I will be working on. Some of it I have broken down into the 20 things that I would like to get done this year. I'm thinking I might make it through 4, maybe. Wee Spring is one of those, and at the rate it's going, it may be the only other one I finish. Jeez. And some of them are Farm Girl 9, which are not necessarily the same. All 9 of those are not necessarily out of my 20, because that would only make sense. But anyway, this one came up, and I think I was stitching on it on Saturday, and we were doing a lot of stuff, so I didn't get a whole lot done. The dark blue up here, that's what I got done. And this one, I am not doing it completely by the pattern because I put the DS in hands up there and the M is over here in warm. I've moved some of this stuff around, so. Anyway, I'm hoping I can get that one done this year. But like I said, the Wee Spring is not giving me a whole lot of hope in anything if I can't even get it done. My new start this week, Snowy String by Lizzie Kate, that I borrowed from Shelly Key X Stitch. I decided to stitch this one on a piece of gray Ada because I wanted I figured the colors would pop. I'm using the called for threads except for the white and the snow. Theirs was a little bit off-white, and on here it didn't really show up. So I decided to substitute it with Any guesses? The B5200 that I couldn't find and then did find after I substituted it on the other pattern, so I put it in here. But I'm loving this one so far. I just started it this week, but I took this with me to work on in the car yesterday. So I've gotten a really good start for me, that's for sure. And I was thinking about it the other day, and I realized that I have stitched every day this year so far, which is kind of cool. If I had set out with that intention, it would have never happened. So, like Bob Ross, it's just a happy little accident, but I like it. I like it. I do believe that is everything that I have stitched on, I think. It's everything that I'm currently aware that I have stitched on. I have done some other stuff. I have become obsessed with, and don't get me wrong, I watch a lot of Floss too, but I have become obsessed with these people, with these DIY videos, and a lot of them, the stuff comes from Dollar Tree. We call it Ollery because when the kids were little, my parents would give them each $5 and we would go to Dollar Tree and the kids could go pick out the 5 things that they wanted. They thought that was awesome, and that they were being spoiled like crazy. And anyway, the Dollar Tree by us when our kids were little, the D and the T lights in the sign were always burnt out. So we always just call it Ollery. Because we mess with our kids' minds like that. We just do. It's a wonder they've made it to them, to 20 years old. But anyway, Kirsten and I went and got flowers and made wreaths. And this one's mine. Kirsten's turned out really good. Mine is just good enough to hang up because it's, whatever. It'll work. I have a wreath stand on my mantle, and this will work for the spring. I'm totally fine with it. I'm not trying to win any prizes or awards. It's just on a foam form, and the flowers aren't even stuck in there. They're hot glued. Most of these people talk about they make stuff and they use hot glue and then they pull it apart and use the pieces for something else. I'm not going to remake a wreath all the time. I will take this and I'll make it and I'll stick it like this into a box until I want to use it again next year. Also, these other DIYers and myself have completely different ideas, obviously, on the use of hot glue. Because I use hot glue so that if you tear this apart, if you try to pull it apart, you're tearing everything up. You're not going to be able to use it for other things. I'm serious about the hot glue. But anyway, I made that whole wreath, the flowers, the form, everything came from Ollery. And so did Kirsten's, all of her stuff. I'll try to remember next week to show you. I don't think I spent $15 on everything to make both of them. And like I said, it's not going to win any awards. These aren't the best fake flowers. They don't look like real flowers. You wouldn't come in and go, oh, is that, real flowers? You would know it's fake, but I don't care. If it was real flowers, the cats would eat it. So I love fresh flowers, but at this point, the cats try to eat them, so I don't even get to do that. So anyway, so that was fun. This was fun, but I'm gonna, again, man, hot glue. I'm gonna see if I can get this apart. It's just an egg wrapped in twine. But do you see how nice it wraps on the bottom half and how horrible it is up here? Because the twine tries to, this is baker's twine, the twine tries to push to the narrower end. So when you start here and you're doing it, it pushes up against it, the row that you put on previously. But then when you get here, it's pushing to this end. So then you get these gaps, and if your hot glue hasn't cooled enough, it'll still slide around. But I'm going to untwist it to the middle, and I'm going to start up here and push it down to here. I'm going to try. We just discussed my issues with hot glue. I may not be able to get it apart, but it's really easy to do. It is also really time consuming, so I don't think there will be baskets and baskets of these. That's all I'm saying. But it's neat to watch these people. And I mean, I haven't finished it because I don't like this half. I want to redo it. But the one I watched, she had like bows with a button in the middle or something. It was really cute. Really cute when they got it finished. So I'll give that a try. But again, I've just been obsessed. I've been obsessed. And then, because I had to go pick up some things, and I stopped at a couple of thrift stores that I'm hardly ever available when they're open. I'm usually working. But I wasn't on Saturday, so I stopped at a couple of them. I'm trying to see where the stuff... This shelf is one of the things I bought at one of them. I think it was $6, but it's wood. I'm going to put it back there and try to organize some of that stuff a little bit better. Oh, here it is. And I bought this little wooden frame. It's got some scuffs on it, which I can either ignore them or paint it, but it was 50 cents. So I had to get that. I bought just a white sheet. It's got a stain on it right here, but it's an old sheet, and when I find these, I buy them because it's thicker than sheets are nowadays, and it's great for embroidery. I can dye it, I can do whatever. It's good for embroidery. When I find the old sheets, I try to buy them if they're reasonable. This was 50 cents. I'll take it. A sheet, it's a flat sheet. A flat sheet's worth of material for 50 cents? Absolutely. Even with that stain on there, I could cut around it if I needed to, or I can dye it, and it'll be fine. One of the thrift stores that I was in had a pair of, well, you know, the like parfait glasses that you can buy at Dollar Tree for $1 a piece? They had them for like $2 a piece. That's insane. And they had, it was a full set, the fitted sheet, the flat sheet, and one or two pillowcases. I don't remember if it was a twin or a regular size. Red sheets that were faded because they were used. They wanted $20 for it. I can find a brand new set of sheets on clearance for less than $20. Why would I pay $20 for old faded ones? It's insane. But I didn't buy anything at that one. But like I said, 50 cents, I'll take it. What else did I buy? Oh, I bought these two metal hoops. They have the cork inside is all in good shape. The springs are still tight on both of them. So both of them are really tight in the hoops. They fit together really well. So I got these. I think I paid $4. The lady that was checking me out, I don't mean like checking me out, I mean working the cash register. She was saying that she had been straightening up that morning and found those pushed to the back where the linens are, and she thought, well, nobody's going to buy them if they're there, and so she moved them over to the craft section, which is where they should have been. And she said, and look, you're already in here buying them. And I said, yeah, if I can find them. I really like older hoops. I especially like older wooden hoops because the wood is stronger. But then after I left, it occurred to me that maybe somebody hid them back there because they were hoping to buy them. And they were just keeping them hidden. And I didn't think of it. I thought I paid $4 for them. I think I actually paid $3 for them because this particular thrift store, after 30 days, they dropped the price 25% off the original price, and after another 30 days, I think it's 30, it might not even be that much, they may do it in 2-week intervals, they drop it, it's 50% off the original price. So I may have only paid $3. I don't think it had gotten to the last one, but it did occur to me that maybe somebody had hidden those to come back later and buy them. But, oh well, she found them and they're mine now, so haha. And then I went into Walmart because I had bought this fabric. Well, that's not why I was in Walmart. I was in Walmart and I went and looked at fabric, but I had bought this fabric to make one of the book sleeves for Abigail. I was going to put this on the inside, the llama on the outside. But I wanted actually I wanted this green. And it's kind of a dusty green that I wanted to go with it because she wants a bigger one and this isn't quite deep enough, so I want to put a band on it. And they didn't have green, so I bought this blue, which that'll probably be okay. I think I'll put the band at the bottom. But, so I got that, which these are like a yard of fabric for, it's like $2 or $3, or maybe $4 at the most. I mean, it's cheap for a yard of fabric. But you know me and my issues with fabric. I don't need any more fabric. I probably had something in here that would have worked, but I got tired of looking. So I just went and bought more. But then I bought this one too because it's like bandana fabric, but it's a whole yard. Well, that's cute. And then I saw these other little bundles, 4 fat quarters in a bundle. Because, I mean, how could I not? Right? I mean, seriously. And so the bundle with this one had just this kind of, it's a little more green than it's showing there. A gray with white polka dots. And then these owls. Right? So then sitting there by that was this bundle. I mean, and look, this is like sprinkles. It's like eating a bowl of confetti cake or something. And then scales. I mean, come on. I'm going to have to do something for Abigail with this because Abigail has decided that in man's search for the missing link that they are looking entirely in the wrong area. They should not be looking at primates. They should be looking for mermaids. That's how we really evolved. That it all started with mermaids. That the Little Mermaid is real. And then this one was the other one in there. How cute is that, right? But this is the one that I actually saw that got me started because, what? I mean, seriously, how freaking cute is she? And then there's these little, it's coordinating with the little flowers. And then this one's really cute too. And then, oh my God, yes. Look at those glasses. Seriously. So, there you go. I have a bunch of new fabric that as we've discussed before, I do not need. I don't need it. But it's mine now. So, I did that. I should not be left unsupervised, y'all. Which is exactly why I sneak off by myself, because I don't want anyone supervising me. Okay. I worked a little bit on this. As you can see, I came down with the black. And I've filled in some here on the truck and everything, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But then I couldn't help myself. I said I wasn't going to start until I got this one finished. No new diamond paintings, one at a time. But I couldn't help myself. Look, this is what the drawers in the cabinet behind me look like. See, they're carpeted. I have like carpet on them. And that one has a diamond painting sitting on it. Sorry for the noise. Because I couldn't help it. I had to start this one. Now, all of the color is not filled in. It's not a full drill. But do you see the shapes? I mean, like right here, do you see those little oblong shapes? Look at the middle of those flowers. The big ones. I mean, in my defense, I've had it for like a month. And I waited that long to start it, but I couldn't wait anymore. So I had to do it. But I love it with the different... I love it. With the different shapes and stuff. I like it with these different shapes a whole lot more. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the other ones, but I'm loving these shapes. And part of that is because those diamonds are so much sparklier. Is that a word? They sparkle so much more than the regular ones. It's just... But I don't want those everywhere, so that'll be my saving grace and not buying them for every freaking thing. I still don't have a good picture, but I've been working on my sweater. They're my little heart baubles. I know, they don't look like hearts at all. I'm noticing where I've added stitches, this side, I mean, it just keeps getting really, really big, but it's straight here. It's just really curved here. This side doesn't do that so much, so I don't know why I mean, I've had to add stitches. I don't know why they pop up so much, show so much on this side, but they do. But, oh well. And that is the front and back. It just wraps around, because it's like a cardigan. It's an open sweater. So there you go. It should have, like, I mean, there should be, starting about right here, another heart in between those, but I decided, since I sit at a desk all day, that those going back, up my back, might get uncomfortable against the back of the chair, so I'm leaving them off. But I feel good about that progress. I feel good. I obviously feel good enough about it to go buy some yarn to make a different sweater that I saw. Kirsten's bought yarn to make it. She says she's going to make it in every color because it's kind of a big sloppy sweater. Now we just have to buy the pattern. And then we can get busy doing that, I guess. But, I'm almost as bad as with yarn as I am with fabric, so I really have no business buying more yarn, except for I'm guilty of buying not enough yarn to actually make anything. So there is that. You know, where it's like, I have 2 skeins of yarn, but if you really wanted to make something, you'd need 3 or 4 or something like that. That's how I tend to roll. So, when I find something I actually want to make that's like a sweater, I have to go buy more yarn. Have to. I think that's it. I think that's it. Oh, actually, I found something when we have a Suburban, it's a 1998 Suburban, I think, that we bought when after the kids were born. Before the kids were born, I drove a pickup truck. It was one with an extended cab, and Dax drove a Pontiac Sunfire. Neither one of those was conducive to 4-car seats. So we sold both of those and bought a Suburban. And it has been sitting in my driveway for years, not running. Now it runs, but it's got flat tires and everything. And we told Dax's stepdad because he used a motorhome to pull their boat when they would go do stuff, go to the lake or whatever. And the motorhome has had some engine problems and is not running. It sat in my driveway for months. It's lucky that people cannot see my house from the road, because they would be horrified by the things that are sitting out here. But anyway, they've got that one running. It sounds awful, but it is running. It's got an air leak somewhere that it sounds like a machine gun fire when it's running. It's horrible. But it is running, and so we had told him that he can use it to pull the boat, whatever he wants. And so I think he's coming next week, and they're going to look at getting new tires for it and see if it will run, but see if it will actually drive. But anyway, that is the really long way around. Addison cleaned out her car and just crammed everything into the Suburban. Instead of actually cleaning it out, she just moved everything to the Suburban. And so we were cleaning out the Suburban a little bit and came across this. I had completely forgotten about it. That somebody had given to Dax as a gift. McKenna, you're going to be so jealous of this alarm clock. If it wasn't so loud and obnoxious, I would totally set it up in our room. I should have put new batteries in it so that it would work, because it's old. And I should have dusted it off, but like you just heard me say, it has been out in the car. Now, how is that for an alarm clock? When it actually goes off, there are little stage lights. They actually have light bulbs in them, and they shine on, flash on the stripper. Yeah. It's pretty awesome, right? I know. I've got all the cool stuff, people. Me. If you ever wonder why I am the way I am, because I surround myself with people that would buy you a stripper alarm clock. It's actually Dax's. It was a gift to him, but I think it's pretty hysterical. Okay, there you go, show and tell. I think that's all. I really do. Don't forget, if you want to be in the drawing for the thankful string, go to last week's video and tell me what you love about fall. Be a subscriber, all that same stuff, you know. Be a subscriber. Don't say giveaway. Be over 18. Yeah, you got it. And tell me what you like about fall. And next week, I will be back to tell you who won. And I'll be back next week with the video because the giveaway, I've committed myself. So I hope everyone has a wonderful week. Again, thank you for the likes, the comments, the coming by to visit. Welcome to everyone who is new here. I appreciate you all, old and new alike, and we'll see you here next time. Thanks, y'all. Bye.